Hello everyone, this is Digger here with a different way of doing a Opus 20 review, and I'm here with Meepo playing some games and reviewing Opus 20 while we're playing.
Alright, how's it going, everyone?
So what we're going to be doing, as I said, we're going to be playing some games going over. For the start, we'll go over FF14 endwalker characters in endwalker, so if you don't want any spoilers for whatever reason, if there's a character you don't want to know or anything like that, it won't be too spoilery, but if you haven't got the endwalker and you don't want too much spoiler, don't really listen to the parts where there's endwalker characters.
Now, I myself have never played Endwalker, but the cards in this set that come from Endwalker, I am quite curious about, and I'm kind of glad I'm here today to learn more about them.
Yeah, which is a good thing, and if someone doesn't really mind the spoilers but also wants to learn about them, like yourself, great.
There you go.
So we'll start things off. So we're just going to play a little bit of Untap. I'm playing basically a meme deck that I've had for a while, just edited on here, called Taste of Blood, but eh. Let's see, so we're good. Let's do one more shuffle, we're at it. Go. And let's see, I'll just roll d20, I guess. Oh, 15.
Sure. I don't think you're going to beat that. Oh, then again.
Alright, so who's going first?
I'll go first.
Okie dokie.
I myself, I'm playing a Category 4 deck that I quickly whipped together in the last 40 minutes just so I can use some Opus 20 Dawn of Hero cards. I do not like this opening hand, so I'm gonna mulligan.
Oh boy. So let's see. Let's just go into. Yeah, let's go into. While you're doing that, let's go into the card browser here. So we'll get to the generic cards essentially for character lore or otherwise, and then we'll go on to like more staple characters because almost everyone that has played 14 or other games has kind of heard of some of these characters already. So we'll start things off with the Blacksmith, the 4-cost backup. His text is usually when Blacksmith enters the field. Until the end of the turn, all forwards you control gain. That's when his forward attacks, choose one forward, when controls, deal 7,000 damage. That's pretty good for a fire backup.
I kind of like it too. At the right setup, and I'm thinking too with the deck. Let's say you're running a mono fire deck or a deck with Eon in it, the newest Eon. You can get all your characters, all your forwards to be attacking, and you have this ability stacked on top of it. You could be doing some forward clear while getting a lot of guys attacking. So I like that little combo, potential combo.
And Blacksmith is a generic card, so you can have 3 of it on the field.
Yes.
So in retrospect, this is very reminiscent to a Blacksmith type deal, working with fire, forging a whole bunch of stuff. So basically, he's forging basically weapons for your forwards to be able to deal that extra damage, which is very reminiscent to a Blacksmith on 14. And that's a job
cool.
that you basically do. The Blacksmith also repairs armor and makes armor, but that's whatever. So you pitched that to play down field. Oh, yeah.
Yes. And let's see. That's actually all I'm doing this turn.
Okie dokie.
So Blacksmith, is that a new class that came from Endwalker?
No, it's been a class for a while. They're just adding Blacksmith into the game now.
Yes.
Like into the card game. Yeah.
Cool.
Let's see. I don't want to do this. First, I'll do these. They got moved Crystal Chronicles out.
Oh, these are very different cards from the last time I played against you.
Sure, so it's not optimal, but it gives me another thing I can use potentially.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well, that's an old school card.
It is. That's about all I'm doing. Usually I see that card about mid to late games. I'm happy I kind of saw it in the beginning.
That's good. That's good. Maybe it'll work out in your favor then. I am going to. I'm going to pay one. One win, I should say, to cast Chocolate Mug.
Yep.
Search for one job Chocolate or job removal, add it to my hand. Let's. We are going to go find. Class 4th removal. Let's just shuffle the deck there. Add that to my hand. Let's pay 2 water to play that removal. Alright, let's see here. So, all intents and purposes, I can produce wind or water or fire right now. Not bad. I'll end my turn there.
Okey-dokey. My computer will stop being drunk. Come here. Come on.
So another Cat 14 card, I guess, is Goldsmith and Culinarian as well, eh?
Yep. So Goldsmith, when Goldsmith enters the field, choose one forward. Until the end of the turn, gets uses power and brave. That's kind of reminiscent because basically Goldsmith creates your some of your accessories.
Oh, hey, I like that.
Yeah. So until that, so put the Goldsmith into the break zone. So tap it, put it into the break zone, choose one forward. This has a power and brave. This effect only use this ability during your main phase. Kind of reminiscent, yeah.
Yeah, so basically it lets you use that ability twice. So twice you can give something brave and 3K. And it's not a sticky backup too, so it can leave so you can play other backups.
Yep, and it's a multi-unit. Almost all the crafters on here and gatherers are multi-units, which are nice.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And then so we're going into a couple of these. Some of these backups that do this same ability. Culinarian, which is if you control 3 or more fire backups, the cost required to cast Culinarian is reduced by 2. And it's 2 costs, so it's free. So that's kind of reminiscent as well because it cooks food. And food is really good in certain raids or other end game stuff because it gives you that stat boost just enough for you to do that fight, and it gives you a bit of the extra edge you need. So you're basically playing this for free, which gives you an extra edge that you need to go, aha, more resources.
Yeah, and I think every color in this set's got a card just like this.
Similar, yes.
Yeah, where if you have 3 of the same backup, you can pay this one basically for free.
Yeah, not all of them do it, but there's a few of them that do, yes.
Gotcha. I do find it interesting that FF14 has jobs like Culinarian, Fisher, and all that kind of stuff, like a fisherman class. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah. Let's see. So I drew 2 cards. Not exactly what I would like. Yeah, wish it was something different. Let's see this there.
Oh.
And that's
Okie doke. How can I do this? Let's pay 2 Earth for Rydia.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So 2 counters on her. Yep.
2 counters on there. Let's pay 2. Class Force is going to produce fire to play Rubicante.
Yep.
Rubicante is Cat 4, so Rydia will get 2 more counters.
Yep.
And then I'm going to cast Alexander for free because of Rydia's growth counters.
Yeah, so which character are you killing?
I'm gonna try Zemus.
Okay. Zemus dies.
I feel like some scary things might happen with that card staying out, so that's my target.
Yeah.
And with that, I'll move to my end phase.
Yep. Now, Earthboard's gonna actually put us in. How much else we can do there, so I guess. Let's see, the next couple of cards. So this is the Final Fantasy XIV Phoenix, which is a monster summon. Artificial life forms. So if I'm not mistaken, based off this image, it's the ancient civilization version of Phoenix before the current timeline that your Warrior Blake is from. So in the ancient civilization where they were creating all these different creatures as tests to see what works, what doesn't, you see in the modern era where you're first from as actual monsters you have to defeat and otherwise. So they were created in the ancient civilization, hence why this Phoenix is like this. So yeah.
That card really got my attention when that came out. I'm like I saw the name, I saw the creature, and I saw the job artificial life form. So like him and Hippocampus, so that got my interest as to what the lore of these creatures are in regards to category FF14.
Yeah. When Phoenix enters the field, choose 1 forward, deal 9,000 damage. That's pretty good for just a 4-cost forward or monster. Just pop something essentially.
Yep.
Remove
9k damage is pretty good.
Yeah, remove 4 cards from the break zone on its own end of turn. You go to 4 9k power, you only really wants per turn. The fact that it's saying from break zone is good. Because because you're not, like some of the cards, you're not dipping into your deck like some of the earlier cards.
Well, not only that too, it's from your break zone, so you have plenty of cards in your break zone, and it's not limited to fire either. So if you're doing like any dual color decks or anything like that, it's not limited to color at all. So that's an easy price to pay to turn into a giant 9k body.
Oh, for sure.
No, it's a cool monster. Very cool monster. Let's see, I drew this turn, so let's see what I'm going to do here. Not much, actually. I'll move to combat.
Yep.
And I'll attack with Rubicante.
I'm not going to do it. There's like no point.
Fair enough. Main phase 2.
Yep.
And I'll end my turn there.
Yep. Okay. 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 I don't want to do this. Yeah, I'll just pass for now.
Sounds good. Let's draw our return. Okay.
So next card is armor, which is basically the one that deals with the armor. So blacksmith deals with the weapons, armor does the armor part. Armor is basically an ice version of the Culinarian, so it's a free ice backup and it's mostly that.
Yeah. Cool little card for this game, or like for this set.
Yeah, it gives you free backups depending on how you want to use it.
Yeah, some people
especially for
really
mono.
ramp up. Yeah, exactly, for mono, and especially if you ramp up your backups fast, which I know I'm that kind of player sometimes. Where like the quicker I get my backups out, the better.
Yep.
No, armor is very cool. I like it. Let's pay. Maybe 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
4, 5.
Oh boy. Which big bad are you gonna slap down?
Cecil.
Oh boy, yep.
Play 1 character, pass 4 or less from my hand. I'll play. I was hoping to warp him, but instead I'm going to play gold as normally.
Sad times.
Sad times indeed.
Uh,
And because it's a category 4 character, choose 2 backup to activate them.
if I don't pay 2, okay, that's fine.
So no warp stuff is going on, unfortunately. The least gold bez is out. Another warp counter for Rydia.
Got another 2 growth, yeah. Technically, there's.
Oh, right, it's another 2 out that because of Cecil.
Mm-hmm. You can just put 1 counter up to 8A. You can just like go click it.
I can do what? Increase it? Oh yeah, look at that.
Right. Yeah.
Good enough.
So what's it gonna be?
Alright, let's move to combat phase.
Yep.
And I'll attack with Rubicante, who's now 8k because of gold business effect.
Yeah. Sure, I guess.
Interesting.
Ba, 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 ba.
Oh. Right. Right. Things are going to get interesting next turn, I believe. End my turn there.
Yeah. Oh. Not exactly what I would like to do, but I mean, that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Knock this out. He's at 8k. That's fine.
Yes, he is.
And then Earth, as this move can tap for anything. Water.
Mm-hmm.
Cecil. Deal myself damage.
Oh, nice.
And then Noctis will trigger. So Rubicon is. Oh, it's put from field to break something. So you're not damage 3, so he's not bigger, and he's back down to 5. Noctis will target Rydia, and I'll just pay the 2.
Okay.
So he deals combat damage to Rydia.
Exactly. It's not ability damage.
Yeah. So they both deal it to each other, but he's at 8 to a 5. So.
Exactly. So he's gone.
Very much.
Good choice.
And Cecil's also at 10 because of Fauna.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And then Tidus, because of other forwards other than him, is 7, 8, and he's at 9k.
9k body.
Yeah. Other than that, I'll pass.
What a predicament. Go to combat phase. In the combat phase, I'll attack with Rubicante.
Yep. Okay, so your attack with Rubicante, I will respond by putting Cecil into the break zone.
Mm-hmm.
And I search for a job Cecil Paladin. And play on
Which one will it be?
This is going to be a weird choice, but honestly, I think it's kind of interesting.
Okay, let's see it.
I'll play the old Cecil.
Oh, nice, nice. Actually, part of me was kind of hoping you'd use the old one.
So he has to block if possible that, but that's technically fine. So he's a 9k. And Rubicante can't technically deal him damage.
No, he cannot, no.
So, block for the 9, that's 9 on 5.
Yeah, so Rubicante's 8 because of Golbez.
Yeah, but
But it does kill him, yeah.
Yeah, and he doesn't do the extra damage because, well, yeah.
Yeah, because I guess he doesn't read as having the 3k in the break zone, eh?
Well, I mean, it's, you mean the extra 3k that he has?
From Golbez. So he technically left the field as an AK body.
Yeah, and he can't target. Choose him forward.
Oh, right, because Cecil gives that to everybody.
Yeah. Cecil doesn't receive damage from some of their abilities. All fours other than Cecil's control gains test power and doesn't receive damage from some of their abilities. So Noctis is at 9 and Tias is at, well, 10.
10. Yeah. And because of Cecil's ability, I can't do the Rubicante effect. Not bad.
No. Yeah.
And that was all during my turn. Wow.
Yep.
So Cecil's taken at least 8,000 damage already.
You can swing in, and I have to block if possible, then someone else will die, so.
Yeah.
Well,
if possible, Cecil must block. You know what then? Actually. Oh, damn that Cecil. Still attack phase. I'll attack with Golbez.
Yeah, you block and they both die.
Yeah.
Boop.
I like that Cecil. It's cool. It's a cool card.
The fact that it's a little bit easier to get out is actually really good.
Very easy to get out. Yeah, so pay that all at 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Main phase 2.
Yep.
Let's pay 2. Pass forth removal will produce fire to play Rubicante.
Yep.
And end turn.
Yep. Come on. Oh. Yeah. So I'll play a card and we'll go on to the next.
Yeah, definitely.
I have to pitch this at this point or whatever. And the Crystal XR. So we did armor, we'll do botanist and carpenter because it's kind of quick. So botanist is a 3-cost wind backup. When it enters the field, you may remove 1 backup without the multi-card symbol you control from the game. When you do so, play 1 backup from your hand to the field. It audibly will not trigger. So essentially, that equates to if you have a sticky that's a really good field ability that doesn't have an auto, use that with her.
Yeah.
Because
I like the fact that it gets rid of a backup, like not a sticky one, so you can play another version of it later.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that another backup you're going to play that same turn has its auto ability not triggered, kind of makes me iffy on the card.
Yeah, but like I said, stuff that has a field effect when it goes onto the field that doesn't auto trigger, it's fine. It still has that effect. You're not auto triggering anything.
That is true. Like, let's say an Anapro, Salulu, Maria, those type of backup that just simply gives a static buff.
Yeah, those are field effects. They're not auto, so there's like, okay, we do a thing, yay.
That is true. You make a good point there.
And then so that's decent, actually, really good. And then carpenter is the exact same as the armor and the culinarian.
Yes. Yeah.
Except it's wind at this point. So.
Which is
reminiscent.
If you're produce a lot of wind backups.
Which is actually kind of reminiscent for all the crafters to do this because most of them are very supportive of stuff that you're doing as a fighter, because as well as you're gaining resources, i.e. gil or otherwise, right?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, I kind of like what you're saying, because you're basically saying all that supporting stuff is all on the cards that basically allow them to play for free if you have the other cards, like the same backups, elements.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's very thematic.
So let's go to attack phase, I guess?
Mm-hmm.
So Noctis is at 10. That's kind of technically that's not right. He could be at 10. We'll do Noctis, an extra 2k to Noctis. Then go through another phase, blah blah blah. Any response?
No.
And then pays. Because XR is also at 8.
An 8k body.
And on your attack phase and mine, I can buff something on. I can buff 8 for it up to like extra 2k. And since I'm not targeting anything of yours, I don't have to pay the extra 2.
Ah.
So, wait, one or more characters you control, yeah, so yeah, I don't have to pay that extra 2.
Alrighty. See here. Let's see if I'm doing this right. Let's pay 2 to win to play Barbarisha.
Yeah, the literal warrior of the bunch. 2,000 damage to all 4 punk controls. Okay.
Reach out Archfiend.
So that's 4,000. Okay. Control 4 more arch. Okay, yeah. So yeah.
Well, knock this thing when you receive damage. Is that like damage zone damage, or even just damage to a forward?
Damage to him. Until
Okay,
the
damage
next
to him,
damage to Nox becomes 0 by then pays extra. So like, okay.
All right, so that's 4K across the board, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Let's see here. I looked at my break zone wrong. Okay, no big deal. No big deal. Move to combat.
I'll give Nox a second. Okay.
Yep. Attack with Rubicante.
Another one.
Oh,
I'm not going to trigger Noctis.
Fair enough. Main phase 2.
Yep.
And I'll move to my end phase.
That's fine.
I thought I had a certain card and I realized I didn't, so I was like, oh no, I think I slightly misplayed a little.
Ah. Oh. Oh. I guess it's probably a thing. Yes. So. 3 for Daisy.
Oh no.
She's at 11K now. So that's a thing.
Oh boy.
I guess entering attack phase.
Daisy is going to be a problem.
I'll give Noctis an extra 2, and then I'll go to all the stuff and pass.
Oh my.
So let's go down to the next bit here. So I apologize if I pronounced this wrong. Arcasarda. It's basically another beast tribe or whatever. It's not really a beast tribe. It's another race that's in Endwalker on another island. So I'm like, okay.
Did it get introduced in Endwalker?
Yeah, we got introduced in Endwalker. So when it enters the field, choose one dull for opponent controls. If your opponent doesn't pay 3, break it. It's a 3 cost Earth backup.
I mean, it's not bad for backup.
Yep.
3 cost backup, you have a chance to break something. And if you're really targeting one of the really important ones, like you're targeting Viridia or something else, yeah, they're probably going to be willing to pay for it.
Yeah.
Funny story, I was talking to a coworker during my break, and we were just talking about the card game at Endwalker, and he's like, I don't suppose they made a card of this elephant kind of group of people, and I showed him the card on my phone. I was like, you mean this guy? And he was like, oh, no way, that's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Alright, so this turn here. I think I'm gonna go pay 2. Declare water, passport removal. To play Vaughn.
That particular one, yep. 2, 4 opponent controls deal 3,000 if you have 3 or more.
You know what? I could have done that a lot better.
Yeah,
I could have done that much better.
Now you're dealing 3k easy. A lot, or whatever.
That is true. Oh well.
So let's use it from 7. Was it 11? So essentially it's at 8k now. Health.
Yeah. AKA, you know what then? Go to combat phase.
Sure.
See if I can redeem myself from this misplay.
So, oh, sorry, Crystal XR.
sorry.
Crystal XR.
Ah, yes.
Triggers.
Buff something.
Noctis gets an extra 2.
Okay. So I'll come in with Rubicante.
Yep. Oh.
I think I'm happy with that.
Oh, so Noctis is at 10, okay, so heals trigger?
Yep.
Yep, so I'll target Cecil and I'll pay the 2.
Mm-hmm. Good choice.
That's 10 on 8, and Daisy technically dies.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Okay, I
Daisy,
guess, yeah, that's how it works, eh?
Daisy takes the hit.
And Noctis still lives.
Mm-hmm, doesn't take the damage.
I like it. I like it. Alrighty, main phase 2. I'll end my turn there and see if I live the gutter.
By the way, now Chris XR is live.
Right, so it is, so it is.
So this is for whatever reason.
So Crystal XR isn't Gradatia, is it? Or just the fact that they're the same race?
No, it is Grahatia. That's
Okay,
just the
I thought
name.
so.
That's just his name for a while in Shadowbringer.
Ah, oh. I'm
Interesting
glad I was
thing
able to put 2 together despite not playing the game.
Yeah. Interesting fact about Grahatia, which we'll get to that card eventually.
Yeah.
In the beginning, with the Warrior of Light, Grahatia did not like the Warrior of Light, or so you. He did not like you whatsoever. He thought you were annoying, a nuisance.
Oh, really?
You weren't worthy of whatever. He just didn't like you.
Did he have any reason for not liking you, or just...
Basically that, he just thought you weren't worthy and you weren't, like, really worth his time.
Ah, so you had to prove yourself to Gradatia.
Yeah. But then, this is during the Crystal Tower. Like, he really didn't like you in the beginning. He sealed himself in the Crystal Tower. He put himself into an isekai, into, like, another universe, i.e. Shadowbringer. But in that area, he read through the Crystal Tower your exploits within a weird, different future telling. So he saw all your exploits, and over time, he gained a kind of a fanboy complex with your character, and everyone that interacted with your character.
Okay.
So yeah, which honestly is just like, depending on the ship, if you're a female race, then it's like, okay, yeah, he's really wanting to get cozy with you. And same with the males.
Crush on ya?
It's like I said, fanboy complex. Like in Shadowbringer, he literally bakes you a picnic basket of sandwiches. So I was like, okay. So
I swear to God, man, the more and more little tidbits you tell me of Final Fantasy 14, the more I'm like, maybe I should really get off my butt and start playing this game.
And there's a whole bunch of other stuff. I wish they'll add more cards to certain cards from 14, but we'll see. So attack phase, I'll give Crystal XR an extra 2k power, so he's at 7, 8, 9, 10. He's at 10k, and he's now live. So, okay, so I will swim with Crystal XR. Target Fabricia. So
Yep.
it just breaks her.
Straight up breaks, yeah.
Yeah, because her power is less than Chris Xart.
Exactly. So I'm gonna take some damage.
Yay.
The card I've been trying to get since the beginning of the game.
And honestly, I'm just going to go to the main phase 2 and pass.
Okay. I might be in trouble, but we shall see. Alright.
So let's just go to... So Leather Worker is the same thing as, well, Culinary, Carpenter, and Armorer.
Yeah.
Let's go on the Miner, which is my favorite Gathering class.
Is it?
Yep. I have it up to 90. I don't have all the special gear for it, but I have it up to level 90.
Not bad.
It's basically one of the more easy. It's one of the easy, more. It's one of the easier gathering classes, or gathering is one of the more easier classes to get up and make money with.
So what do? Like use the gathering class whenever you want to collect resources, and then when you're done,
And sell them on-
just go back
and
to
sell-
one of your fighting classes.
No, well, you can use those resources with other crafting classes you have, or you can sell the resources you do from gathering on the market board and make gil.
Okay, so these kind of classes are made to help you just make quick money.
Essentially, so crafters make a lot more money than gatherers, but the crafters would not be able to make the stuff if it weren't for the gatherers. So
I guess in this game, are you kind of encouraged to dabble in crafting classes, gathering classes, and so on?
You don't have to, but you can. You can complete all of these classes with one character.
That's cool.
Yep. And you can change on a dime, you just don't level them up at the same pace. Like if you level up Red Mage, it doesn't level up your level in Mine or otherwise. You have to level them up separately.
Oh yeah, exactly. Of course, like in the job class system.
Yeah. So Miner's a 3-cost Earth backup, multi-unit, so standard unit. When you enter this field, reveal top 5 cards of your deck. Add 1 backup among them to your hand and return the others to the bottom of your deck in any order. That's not bad. So he's basically a 1-cost.
I'm trying to think back to the other miner from Opus 5, I think it was.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing, where that miner is basically a 2-cost because you get something back.
Yeah, and you're picking it from the break zone. This one basically lets you pull a potential backup from the deck.
Yeah.
So they both got their uses.
Yeah, and then this miner is pay 2 tap, so you're paying 3. Pay 2 anything, by the way.
Yeah.
Put miner into the break zone, draw 1 card. Which is very reminiscent because this miner is basically mining ore, so you're basically getting something when you mine. So
there you go.
You're mining through your deck.
And honestly, a non-sticky backup that you break it, obviously you pay for it, but you break it and you're getting rid of you're freeing up a backup slot and you're drawing a card. I don't find that too bad.
You're basically paying 1 essentially if you really want to draw like that.
Yeah, exactly. And freeing up a backup slot. So there's a lot of perks to it.
Yeah.
Definitely. Alrighty, I drew for this turn. Let's see if this is going to save me.
What else?
I'm going to... Let's see. Let's go 1, 2. Philo's going to produce water in this instance.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep.
I'm going to cast Leviathan. Choose a 4 to cost 5 or less, put it on the top or bottom of his owner's deck. I want to target Crystal Exarch.
Okay, so top or bottom?
Bottom. Most definitely the bottom. Then...
That's fine.
Then I'll pay 1. I gotta think about this.
Remember, Daisy is at 10k right now.
Yep. I want to go 1, 2, 3. We'll go produce some water. To cast Atomos.
Oh, 6 1 4 puts it into the right side, right? I'll just put Daisy, that's fine. That's fine.
Let's see here. Let's go to combat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be. Yeah, let's go see where this takes us. Let's attack with Rubicante.
Okay. So Noctis triggers. Break Rubicante. Now
Yeah,
there's no
probably
other.
shouldn't
There's
have
no.
done that.
Yeah, there's no other forwards ready to target, so he's like, I'm gonna choose a forward. There's nothing there. Okay.
Yeah. And I would have only been doing 5k to one of your guys, which don't mean anything because they won't die.
Yeah.
Main phase 2.
Yep.
End turn.
I'll just pass because I can't really do what I'd like to do.
Sounds good.
Let's go to the next one. So this one is was on other Final Fantasy games, but this one's different. It's a little bit different in terms of concept. The Mega Sisters. 4 costs or 8k from 14. Now, yes, they're deities, but they're also considered primals, like some of the different Lord of the Inferno and whatnot.
Oh,
But based off where they are in based on where they are in 14, yes, they're called deities, but they're still primal. You need crystal energy to be summoned and so on.
Yeah.
So they're still technically a primal. They're just named differently.
Okay, so that's what the Menusia deities are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And they're sisters. All 3 of them are sisters.
Yeah.
14. I know it says the Mega Sisters, but sometimes they're not actually sisters. They're just like whatever. So I have to say that they are
mean
actually
in this version,
sisters.
in the 14 version, they're not
Well,
actually sisters?
well, I mean, sometimes people go, "Are they really sisters?" Because obviously all 3 of them look very different, right?
Oh, okay.
So some people
since
are like,
their origin from Final Fantasy IV, I always just assumed names alone that they were sisters and they did different names and whether they look different or not, for sure.
They technically have different names too. Technically speaking.
Yeah.
I
used to know their names, but I can't remember them anymore, despite playing Final Fantasy IV many times.
I mean, you'll see the names anyways on 14 as it is when you fight them. Because yes, in the dungeon you do fight them separately.
That's
and then
true.
together.
Yeah. That's right.
So Mega Sisters cannot be chosen by opponent's summons. Makes sense because they're technically a summoned primal as it is. The 4s you control your opponent controls lose haste. The 4s opponent controls cannot gain haste. Which honestly it makes sense because they have so many different stuns and everything else where it's like, oh, you're gonna attack me? No. Like, well, okay. And even if you wanted to attack, they have so many different AoEs in different spots, so you have to be really careful in pinpoint. If you don't look out, you're dead. And have to restart the dungeon.
Okay, yeah.
Discard 1 summon, choose a 4 deal EK damage. That checks out. So.
Just extra flavor to add onto the card with all the other stuff it does.
Yep.
It's really deck specific to what you're going up against, but for certain decks that are using haste, especially if you want to talk about the category 13 lightning deck that's around, like this one card is pretty good for shutting that down.
Yeah, plus also it's basically what the old card Edward was trying to be.
Yeah. No, I think it's a pretty cool card. I do like the text on it, the effects on it. I think it's it's very specific to what you're going up against, but nonetheless, it's a really cool card to have in the deck.
Yep.
Like some people were saying too. Now let's just say if there was a sideboard thing in this game, that'll definitely be a sideboard card. Alright, so I will quickly play my turn, and then we'll talk about the Category 14 cards that's in Lightning, because we're going to have a lot to say about all three of those cards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Oh wow, I think I can actually do this. Wow, okay. Let's delve on and use his special.
Be a 7,000? Okay.
And I'll definitely make my target. Oh no, I can't do this. I forgot he gets an extra 1,000 from another forward.
They're both at 8k right now.
Yes, they are. Oof.
So you haven't chosen your target yet, so who's your target?
I'll make it Tidus anyways, because if I do, well, it doesn't really matter at this point.
Yeah.
Oh my. Here I thought I was being brainy there. Yeah, I'll do 7 to Tidus anyways. Oh, well, let's see here. No, I have no other way of doing some other for damage, but that's no big deal. Then in this case, I'll pay 2 to play Cosmos at least.
Yep.
And move to main phase 2, no combat, and I'll end my turn there.
Okey-dokey. Okay. Let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go over there. Search for a forward.
Oh no. Oh no, is it what I think it is?
I'm running out of cards in my deck, oh boy.
17, I think you're still doing alright.
Honestly, let's go to both S.
Yes, boy. Alright, before I conduct my turn, I say let's talk about what's it we got.
So, Alize.
Yeah, let's talk about Alice. We're going into some interesting cards here now.
Yeah, into the more widely known name if you're at FF14. So, 4
Yeah.
cost Lightning, Scion of the 7th Dawn, 5k power. When Alize enters the field, choose 1 Scion of the 7th Dawn forward of 3 costs or less in your break zone and play onto the field. The fact that it doesn't say play it onto the field doll is really good.
Yeah.
When a water forward enters your field, choose 1 forward opponent controls doll it. This effect will trigger only once per turn. So play her, get something out, doll it. And depending on what you play, you just go play her, play something else, trigger a thing, play something else, doll. Or sorry, just doll.
Mm-hmm.
So you're building board while dolling something. So that's really good.
Yeah, and a Scion will cost 3 or less. I mean, you got tons of good choices. So let's say, for example, I'll say you target the Fire Alphanod. Alphanod comes out through an ability, so Alphanod searching for another character, which is just bonus right there. Or alternatively, you can do the Alphanod that's in this set, who is water, to let you do the water forward and the field effect.
Yep. So we'll just go to him since Alize can theoretically interact with him.
Yeah, we can talk about Alphanod right now, sure.
Enters the field, your opponent selects 1 doll forward they control, put into the break zone. So essentially, you play onto the field, you resolve Alize because she goes off first on that stack.
Yeah, exactly.
So you choose a doll forward. He triggers his thing on the stack. I think it's the same time, so you choose the order. But into the break zone, if this damage 3, he gets an extra 2k power. So he's at 8k when you play him.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, you do
so.
that with that Alphanod, you have a chance to break something, and then you got 2 forwards on the field. It's not bad.
Yeah.
And they're both Scions, so whatever cards benefit from more science on the field, the better. Like a legend you stole, the lightning one.
Yep.
And speaking of her, she can also be played from Alisei's effect, which is pretty good.
Yep, there's a few of them that can be, yep.
The multi-element Yastola coming out to Alisei is also a really good choice.
Yeah, there's 2 of them that are multi-element, so you just ignore the cost of the multi-element.
Yes, that's right, actually. That's a really good point. And, of course, Grahatia can also be targeted from Alisei to be brought out.
Yeah, so let's just take a read. So if you control job standing unit, category 14, Grahatia against your desk power, which is technically your character. Like
I've heard people say that, yeah.
Yeah, so it makes sense that he gets an extra boost because it's like, Warrior of Light, yay! So it's like, okay. When Grahatia enters early, you may pay X when you do so. Switch from 1 job sign on 7 Dawn, of cost X, and play onto the field. So, Alizé goes on the field, goes to Grahatia. She triggers, dolls a 4. Grahatia triggers, you pay X, you get another thing out. So theoretically, you even get Alphino out. Or something.
You could, yes, you could, yeah.
Yeah, or anything else of whatever you decide to pay.
Yeah, really good support for Scions. I think when they saw cards like Grahatia and Alisei and all them spoiled, I think a lot of people were like really pumped about it.
Yeah, and honestly that makes sense for Grahatia because he can port characters randomly and all that stuff, so that makes sense.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so in Shadowbringer, he basically ports a bunch of different warriors of light from different dimensions. Henceforth, when he helps you summon different warriors of light to fight the enemies, there's basically he summons those, and he summons other 14 players to do so.
So was he introduced in Shadowbringers?
He was introduced in A Realm Reborn as Grahatia, and then he was out of the picture for a while, and then in Shadowbringers he became relevant again.
Oh, nice.
But the thing is, if you didn't want to do the raid for Crystal Tower, you couldn't get the Shadowbringers because they made that literally key story element to Shadowbringers. And yeah,
I see.
Yeah, the raid's pretty simple as it is anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
because everyone's speed does that anyways.
And going back to the first effect, if you control a job standing unit, Cat 14, obviously all the cards we were just talking about previously, they're all standard units, they're all category 14, so they mesh. We could play any kind of multicolor deck, and it should be easy to pull out and get that boost for him.
Yep.
And not only that, there's plenty. I'm pretty sure there's plenty of category 14 standard unit forwards as well. Like Red Mage comes into mind.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
even with its own element, lightning, you do have some good targets with that. So I do. I like Grahatia. I think that's a really cool card. Really cool effects.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, and with all the targets you can do between Grahatia and Alisei, I mean, you can go lightning water, lightning fire, even.
Yep.
Yeah, plenty of options.
Yep.
Alright, so I will make my turn, and then when my turn is done, we can talk about our boy Estinian.
Yep. Which, by the way, Grahatia is a fanboy of Estinian because he read a lot of the stuff from a tome that when Estinian was talked about in a Dragon Song War book, which Estinian worked with the Warrior of Light.
Okay.
Henceforth, Grahatia never met Estinian, so he's like, Estinian, the Azure Dragoon that helped fell the dragons, some Needhog, and stopped the Dragon Song War with the Warrior of Light. Did the whole anime sparkly eye thing with his ears perking up. It's like, okay.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, and basically Estinian has no idea. He's like, what's going on? So, there's other parts of the scene too, which makes Estinian even more confused, so it's hilarious. Because
I do like the sound effect that the game does have good humorous moments.
Yeah, so, speaking of Alizé and Alphino in this, so Alizé and Alphino are twins.
Yes, they are, yeah.
So, Estinian notices Alizé and thinks, oh, Alphino finally decided to come out of his shell and be more decided to be more assertive, which he's been saying that Alphino, being more assertive, you're not doing a good enough job. So he kind of rubs her head thinking it's Alphino, and she doesn't take that lightly. He
Wow.
swipes his hand away and yells at him, like, I'm not Alphino. He's like, what? And then after Grahatia does a fanboy, he's like, what? Alphino walks up behind Estinian's like, oh, what's going on here? He goes, what in God, heaven's name is going on? Like, he is so confused by the whole thing. Literally, your character's like shrugs, going, eh. So,
that's great. This is my turn, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So I want to make sure, because I thought I drew, but I did not. Okay, adokie. Alright. What am I going to do to make a comeback?
If you can't deal with what's on board, it's game.
Yep. Yep, because the Titus and what's in your hand. Oof. Alrighty, let's see here. I might have something. Let us try. Let's go 2 for Cagnazzo. Then let's go 1, 2, produce an Earth for Scarmiglione. Enters the field, name one element. Scarmiglione gains that the Scarmiglione deals damage to a forward of the name element, double the damage instead. The effect does not end at the end of the turn. So that includes battle damage, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, main phase 2, I'll end my turn there.
That's fine.
And God help us all.
Oh. I'll take that. Thank you very much. Sure. 2, 3.
Oops, I meant to give Cagnazzo 1 counter because another forward entered the field.
I'll pass for now.
Okay. I'll draw for turn, and then let's go back to the other page, and I guess we can talk about Stinian now.
Yep. So, it's Stinian. Now, some people are thinking he should have been a Dragoon. I honestly think it's like good. It's a good thing he's a job sign of 7th Dawn because of this time frame. He is a job sign of 7th Dawn.
Yeah, I think it would have been cool if he was Dragoon too, but clearly they can't fit Scion of 7th Dawn and Dragoon into the same block, so I am glad that they chose this thing to be a Scion, so I get it. I totally get it.
They technically could, but both the names are long if you were to crunch it all down. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? Like I think it would have looked weird. Maybe they just decided, listen, it's just not worth trying to do. But I do think it's cool that Estinian, especially sounds like lore-wise, he is a sign at some point. Yeah. So might as well make this new Estinian.
So neat thing. So when Estinian is introduced as like a whatever, when he goes to Charlian, obviously someone's like, "What's your name and occupation?" So the person asks Estinian, like, "What's your name and occupation?" He goes, formerly head of the Azure Dragoons from Ishgard.
Ooh, that sounds cool.
Formerly known. So yes, he's still a Dragoon, but he isn't an Azure Dragoon because he's not part of that military force anymore.
Yeah. So what dragon is that behind him?
That is Vitra. You meet Vitra were in the same land as the Mega Sisters.
Hmm.
Which-
Is the Vitra an ally of Estinian, I guess?
Yep.
Yeah, because they're side by side, of course.
Yeah, so, interesting thing, that lance that Estinian's using is the usual relic lance Galebog, but it's fused with the energy and the soul, essentially, of Needhog.
Oh, cool.
So he interacts with Needhog, and the blood of Needhog is within an Estinian in a way.
Very cool.
So, Vitra does notice that, because Needhog was one of Vitra's brothers.
Hmm.
Because Midgard Somer traveled through different stars, or different planets of a different universe, to get to your planet. And then had Tiamat, Vitra, Needhog, and Rishfelger. And I think something else.
Okay,
So
see,
they were-
that sounds badass. Now I want feature sets to start bringing up these other dragons and doing some cool synergy stuff with those.
Yeah. Well, we already have Needhog, and
We got
Retro.
Needhog and we got First Veil earlier with them too.
Tiamat's kind of there. It's Tiamat
Yeah.
is the brood, is the basically the mother, so the brood mother of all the other dragons that Needhog had.
Mhm.
So she was captured, blah blah blah, blah whatever. But yeah, yeah.
Cool.
So there is another one that is part of Lord Endwalker. We haven't really got to it yet because technically it's reminiscent of 4. But Vitra, oddly enough, is the ruler of a city.
Okay.
But for the longest time, for thousands of years, he used basically a vessel, like a soulless vessel, as a way of communicating with the people in his city and his island that he rules over. And the only person that ever knew about who the vessel was and who Vitra was in real life was the front person of that was acted as the ruler of the island.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yep. So yes, Estinian Warp 1 lightning. So he's a 4 cost, legendary 8k power. Warp 1. So you pay 1, you wait a turn and he comes in. He has haste naturally. When Estinian enters the field due to a warp, until the end of the turn, Estinian gains Brave and can attack twice in the same turn. K. When Estinian attacks, until the end of the turn, Estinian gains 10,000 power and first strike. That's really good, because then he doesn't tap when he he doesn't dull when he attacks. He gets first strike, so any damage he does to a forward, he hits first, and he gets an extra 10k power when he attacks. So ideally, you're hitting in for 28k at the end of the 2 attacks, or 30k if you have the Oracle of Light.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's like swing, that's 20. Swing, that's 30. You gonna block or an overpower of 20? I don't think so.
Yeah, it's really good. Like that exactly. It forces the player to like take damage. It's like I could just take 2 damage, which 2 damage from 1 forward is pretty brutal. Or they just have to let their guys get killed off from a standing when he comes in. And yeah, a lot of people are saying too, like Warp 1 with that kind of warp effect. Like I mean, that's the kind of stuff they want to see with warp. So like, he has amazing ability, and definitely one of the cooler warp cards that are out there.
Yep. Oh, by the way, for card wise, already someone got one from a previous get the special foiling.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that, which is pretty nice.
I'm like, wow, okay.
Very cool. Yeah. Wait, did they get Estinian or did they get like the signature one?
They got the signature one.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, so your turn.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I do like Estinian, very cool card, and just that one thing he does that one turn just pays for what he does.
Yep.
Most definitely. Okie dokie. Let's see. Let's see if I'm doing this right. Let's go 2 for Rydia.
Yeah, so it's not a counter on Kignazo yet.
Yep, another counter on Kignazo. Let's pay 1 for Rosa.
So it's not a counter. Wait, yeah, 4, yeah. Power, yep.
Okie dokie. I am actually going to use Kignazo's counters, the 3 of them.
Yep.
And I'm going to do an AK reduction on Noctis.
Response?
Oh boy. Yep.
I'll tap Tyro, give TS an extra 2k power.
Oh,
And Noctis
right.
dies.
Okay,
T
KT is extra power. Okay.
He's at 9k.
Okay, I will then cast Atomos for
Yeah,
free with
you got it.
Lydia.
Actually, wait. Yeah, you can. Yeah.
And then
there's
come
no
with Bull
TS.
Skirm.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was scared of that Titus. The Blitzate's coming in.
Yep.
Hey, it's been a while since I've seen you use the damage deck. I was glad to see it.
Yeah. Select another deck. I get to choose who goes first.
Yeah, you get to choose.
I'll go first.
I think I'll keep this hand. I don't know if it's a good hand, but we'll keep it.
All mulligan that. Ouch. It's a great hand, just not on first turn.
Hmm.
Sure, I guess. Okay, so we talked about those. And then there's the Weaver Lightning backup, which is the same thing as like the Leather Worker. That's just free Lightning for backup. Sorry.
Yep. So what do Weavers do in the game?
They
I guess they leave. I
they
guess.
make clothes essentially. They make clothes, like for like either mages or otherwise.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
So we talked about Elfinod.
Yeah.
So now we have a new Orianger.
This card is a card. And then this, and then I'll go through. So Urianger, the literal like Shakespearean speaking character.
Oh, is he?
He
Cool,
growing up, he loves books. He still loves them, but he usually kept the company of books rather than everyone else.
Okay.
So, which in Endwalker there was a very touching and very emotional scene because there was a woman in the Scion that was both Urianger and her were from Charlian, and they grew up together. Where Mumbrita was her name, and she ended up literally beating up all the people that made fun of Urianger, which did upset her parents.
Hmm.
And so on and so forth, but She died. She sacrificed herself to try to help you and all that stuff. Even though beforehand, Scion's called upon her, she was ecstatic. Like, yes! Like, she got and whatnot. So she helped him, but she sacrificed herself in an attempt. And
Oh, wow.
Urianger was beside himself, but he knew he had to play a bit of the villain to get something done.
Interesting.
So he felt responsible for it, and he never really... He sent a letter, but he never really told her parents that he was back in Charlotte, and they were... The mother was a little bit miffed. Moonbria's father was like, okay. It was a pretty emotional thing, and Moonbria's mom was hugging him and everything else, and it wasn't really the fact that he didn't visit them. It was the fact that they couldn't mourn with them. That hurt them more.
Yeah.
So it was
What
emotional.
expansion did this take place in?
This is an endwalker.
Oh, it's an endwalker. Oh.
Yeah. So
Recent
a
stuff.
realm reborn, near the end of that expansion before Heaven's Ward, had Moonbreathe basically sacrifice herself.
Gotcha.
Patches later, that.
Yeah, yeah.
But also, this is like with a whole bunch of other stuff. But yeah, it was kind of emotional and whatnot. It was very tear jerking.
It does sound very emotional. I can totally understand.
Yeah. So Urianger, 2 costs for water, Scion of the Seventh Dawn. When he enters the field, if you have 1 or more cards that have been removed from the game, which is pretty relevant now.
Very relevant now.
You may search for 1 Final Fantasy 14 forward out your hand. That's really good. That is very good.
Yeah, so plenty of ways to remove card exists. Exactly what you said, very relevant. Warp is one thing, and there's other decks that can do that. And I'd say, for example, if you're just talking about water decks alone, you can search for a category 14, so you can always go for the 4-cost Alpha Node. If like the water Alpha Node is one example.
Yep.
Yeah. No,
So
Urianger is pretty cool for only 2 costs too.
Yeah. I mean, he's a 4K unit. Technically, he's a healer class, so he's an Astrologian.
Yeah, I should have picked up on that.
Yeah, the Alpha Node in this set is also a healer. He's Job Sage, which technically was his father's combat class when his father was younger.
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the way, Alpha Node Anazi's mother is also very scary.
Is their mother?
Yeah, Emiliance.
Okay.
Here's the reason. So there's a merchant in 14 called Rowena. Everyone does not like interacting with her because they know she'll get you something, great, but you owe her a lot in return. Either through tedious favors or trying to find a really hard item that she wants to sell, but it's almost not near impossible, but you have to find it or you have to pay her actual currency, which is a lot.
Okay.
Or otherwise, here's the thing. Emiliance was trying to get some funding, even though she had money technically. She's rich. But she was trying to get extra funding to help with this whatever schooling program. And Rowena is very smart. She is the best businesswoman in all of the 14. Even the members of some of the syndicate of Ul'dah, which are very wealthy by the way, don't like to deal with her because they know there's going to be a problem with owing her. And they're wealthy.
Yeah.
She's very smart in trying to figure out a deal. So she's about to back out of Emiliance's deal. Emiliance words things just slightly, and she knows. She literally looks at your character wings, and your character's like, and you see her want to think about it, and it's like, wow. So she purposely knew, and she made it Rowena kind of putting in her hand in a way by going, yeah, I'm just going to control what you do. I know this result. You're going to do as I say, whether you think you're following my orders or not. And it's just like, your character's like a little flabbergasted, this is where the gathering stuff comes into play. Like, it's a bit of a gathering and crafting thing with Emiliance.
Yeah.
Because you're basically providing the supplies for the program. Which is, that's kind of why she goes, oh, okay, so you do the funding. Because Ramon's like, hey, this is a prime, like, huge school island. People will be indebted to me if I help them.
Yeah.
So, and these are rich families as well to go there.
Yeah.
But
the sea benefits big time.
Yeah, Emilius goes. Oh, by the way, it's your turn. But Emilius goes, okay, here's the deal. It's good. Goes to your character. You're going to provide all the stuff that we need. We know you can do this. Do it. And you're like, oh, crap. By the way, she was also a shadow funder for the Science of Seventh Dawn.
A shadow funder?
Yep, she funded all the Scions' exploits and otherwise. Otherwise, they wouldn't have any guild.
From behind the scenes or something?
She did it behind her husband's back, and her husband had
okay.
Her husband had no inkling that she was doing it, and her husband had no real reason to actually help Science because he didn't like them.
Yeah.
For a very obvious reason, but he still didn't want to help them. She was a neutral party, so she's like, I'm just going to do this. As she put it to her husband, we have all this guild, we can't really carry it in your tiny toy boat to space, so it's just sitting there, so might as well spend it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no.
Maybe
That's why
we'll get a card of her.
That would be great. By the way, in this neat little tidbit, if you do the little quest with her, you get some crap. You get some special whatever glamour gear, but you can also dress her up in different gear as well. It's kind of neat. It's like, okay.
Yeah. No, I'd say for something like her, you'd have to definitely make her some kind of like really good backup that just does insane support for the Scions.
Yeah.
I guess her job would be Shadow Funder. Alrighty. I better make my play here.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'll play 2 fire for an interceptor. And wait, honestly, that's all I'm doing that turn. I'm gonna end my turn there.
Oh, Shadow, oh boy. Oh, okay. I guess. Sure. Pitch. Play. Search for a summon, put it at the top. Set to the top.
So eventually, are you gonna try a deck with Gravity in it? Because I know that's like one of your favorite characters. I see your like avatars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So have you given any thought about making a deck with the actual card?
Yeah.
Cool.
No, this passed now.
Alright. Let's go 1, 2, 3 to play Kefka. I don't have any targets for his effect, but he's there for the sake of being a backup and for being category 6. So that is it for my turn.
That could have been better. That's okay, whatever. 2 for Shoya. I have 2 more summons, so I draw a card.
Yeah.
I guess that's okay. back.
Alrighty. Okay. Let's go 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. You play General Leo.
Makes sense, makes sense.
Then let's go.
Oh, you must block the crossbow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Trying to see what else they got here. Make sure I'm playing the right moves here. I can see myself screwing up. Because this is my very first time playing the deck, so I'm gonna learn the hard way. Alright, let's give this a try. Let's go 1, 2, 3. Oh, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You play Umero. And I'll end my turn there.
Okie dokie. So is that 8? Got it.
8 and 8.
I'll do like this. 5, so Brahma, lower 11. He definitely has haste.
Mm-hmm.
And then... Top. Thornton.
Oh, yeah. You got burgers.
Oh, sorry, these are over here now. Yeah, I'll choose this Ramo.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I like that Ramu.
Yeah, but I was like, I think it's a little bit better than the other one that has 2 of the 4 modes, but that's fine.
Yeah, I do like that card, but when I was watching the set review with Travis Pfeiffer and Eureka, I like the points they made, but like for a deck like yours and even some of the decks I would consider playing, I would definitely use both. I do like that one. I don't think that one's a bad card at all in the slightest.
Yeah.
And when we're talking about EX versus Ramu, where it gets more powerful damage, more damage with every Ramu in your break zone, that one's a great card to add in with it.
Yep. So,
yeah.
Combat. Also, even with Ramo 11, he's got haste.
Yes, he does. So I will declare a block with Umero.
Okay.
And when I do, I have a response. I'm going to use Umero's ability to put it into the break zone to choose 1 forward, deal damage equal to Umero's power.
Okay.
So send to break zone, and I'm going to do 8k to Fasoya.
That's fine.
Whew. Oh gosh. I need an answer to get rid of Lord 11.
Because you're going to deal 9k or more to him.
Yup. That I do. Alrighty. Let's go
We got to go to the other
one,
cards.
two.
Here.
Pardon?
We've got to go to the other cards, my bad.
That's okay. I'll make this play, end my turn, and then we'll go on to the next one. This one won't
Yeah.
take long. So let's play 1, 2, 3, 4. You play Edgar. Oh, right. When he enters the field, choose up to 2 casted forward other than Edgar and McBride, so that into my hand. Oh my
Yeah.
god, I forgot about that.
It says forward. Oh wait, no.
Oh, forwards. Right. Okay, that was characters.
Yeah. So wait. Enters the field, choose up to 2 categories of forwards other than Edgar. And... Oh yeah. So he's just generic. Yeah. So you can choose.
Yeah. Good point, though. I didn't miss that other part. Let's see. 1. Let's go with these 2, I guess.
Okie dokie.
Alrighty. Alrighty. Mm-hmm. Then we'll play. I'll play Mod 6 for free. Because Mod 6 is reduced by 1 for each Cat 6 character I control. When he attacks, all 4 you control against first strike. Hindsight, it looks like Captain Interceptor. Oh, but what can you do? Let's see. Let's enter combat.
Sure.
Let's attack with General Leo.
Okay.
And move to the main phase 2 and move to my end phase.
Oh.
Alrighty.
So on to the next cards. We'll go into Hippocampus. Again, artificial life form. So it's monster 2.
So, like, are there a lot of artificial life forms in the game besides Hippocampus and Phoenix?
In the video game, yes, there's a bunch of them because you go back to the past in a memory of that type of thing. Well, you go back to the past anyways, but it's not just a memory, but you go back to the past.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not supposed to change the history, trying to make sure you don't reveal where you're from. But in that
Can't
past,
mess around with time. Yeah.
yeah, in that past, instead of people using magic to create spells and whatnot, the magic, well, people can still use spells, but the agents have a special magic that only they could use, which was creation magic. So they often created things that they thought in their head, going, okay, maybe this will work, maybe this will work, maybe put these 2 together, maybe that will work. Hippocampus was one of those creations.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
He's an interesting looking creature. When I first saw the card, he really stood out to me, like, very creepy.
Yeah. All 3 active characters other than him, which is relevant, it's not just water, deal 1,000 damage for every 2 character you control to all 4 spawn controls. That's pretty good. Until the end of turn, Hippocampus also becomes 4 with 8k power. You can only use the ability once per turn. That's really good.
I like to think that there's like potential with that. Like if you can find some way to do like some AoE damage across the board, and then you start doing Hippocampus, that effect to do that last little bit, like a little combo like that.
Yeah,
I do see like potential with it.
Mm-hmm. There's not a lot of things that still deal with AoEs.
Yeah, exactly, right?
So that's a good.
I think all of it would be costly to do, but it could lead to a potential like forward damage.
Yeah.
I think someone said, for example, like let's say you had that legend Fire Squall that when he attacks boost 4K across the board, like if you did something with him and then back that up with a Hippocampus, you could be doing potential 7K or so damage, depending on how many carries you got it, obviously.
Yep.
It's definitely Kurt was experimenting with.
Oh, definitely.
Even if it's a one-off. And hopefully down the road we'll get to see more artificial life forms as cards and other feature sets, because they do seem like very interesting creatures, lore-wise and design-wise.
Oh, I definitely agree with that.
Now what about Blue Goo?
Oh, Fisher?
Oh no, I thought Blue Goo was Cat 14 as well.
Where did Blue Goo?
Oh no, that's 7 remake. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You
Fisher.
immediately jumped out of the, for some reason, jumped out of the Category 14 monster. Don't mind me.
Oh, so it's my go.
Yep.
Wait, I ever draw?
It's possible you might not have. Mercury, well you got 6 cards, maybe you did?
I think so.
Yeah, because if no EX burst or anything happened, that would have gotten you a card to start off with 6.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I can put them to the top and bottom.
Is it possible you might have hit to draw 1 accidentally instead of draw 2?
I think I drew 2, but because I forgot, blah blah blah, so yeah.
Alright, if that's what. Yeah, okay, sounds good.
Yeah. So this triggers. Oh, but there, yeah, there's a.
All reliable.
So combat?
Yes.
Playing with Round 11, you wish to trade.
I have no choice but to trade, or at least block, of course. So I'm going to block with mod 6.
Yeah, they trade, yep.
Yep.
Things get past from there, yeah. I think we're like 3 cards off from the last bits of endwalker here for cards, so.
Would you like
Or
to
4
go
cards,
through them right now?
We can, yeah. Just let me know when
Yeah,
you're
let's do that then.
So we'll go on
We
to
can do that,
Fisher.
then I'll play my turn.
Yeah. So 2 cost water backup Fisher. Doesn't really do anything except until your next turn, so tap him, put fish into the break zone, draw 1 card for every 10 water cards in your break zone. So for a mono water deck, you're drawing a good chunk, yes.
Yeah, you're drawing a good chunk for every 10 water cards break zone. So some people were saying, for example, like that clashes with something like the Legend Lena does, how she removes cards from the break zone, but other people have also said too that you obviously do Fisher first, do that draw stuff, then you can start doing what you want with Lena. Because if anything, Fisher goes into your break zone, which is adding to the pile for Lena. And secondly, whatever you draw from it, you can just keep making more plays and just adding more fuel to the break zone for Lena to do her ability.
Yep.
So I don't find it a bad little, it's not a bad little backup.
It's like a tech card, I think.
Yeah, definitely. And even if you like want to, even just have 20 cards, water cards you break, so at least draw 2 cards from that is not bad.
Yep.
I think it's doable.
So, okay, so this thing and whatnot, so.
So we'll move on to Laparet.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We can
So
go to the last
Laparets.
2.
Yeah. Oh, there's
Or
technically
we'll go through
one.
these 2 before we do Xenos.
Well, there's technically Alchemist as well, but that's basically the same thing as the other bunch, just as water.
Exactly.
Laparets. By the way, they interact with Urianger a bunch. They're the beast tribe on the moon.
Oh yeah, that's why I think it was Travis Fifer who said good old moon bunny or something like that.
Yep, and they actually know about the ancients, like the ancient civilization, because that moon's artificial, by the way.
Oh.
Yes, it's still a moon, but it has like a bunch of facilities inside it for civilizations to be.
That really reminds me of that does to me that sounds like a bunch of throwbacks to the moon with the Lunarian from Final Fantasy IV.
Yep, that's kind of the point.
Yeah, exactly. That's so cool. Love it.
Also on 14, you can technically buy the moon whale, like the space whale,
Oh, that's so cool.
and does seat eight players, so 7 plus you,
Ah.
and it's huge.
Yeah, the moon whale is a massive ship.
So 3 cost water backup. Enter field, draw 2 cards, then place 1 card from your hand to the bottom of your deck. I mean, that's specific wording, I guess, but which is good. It's basically another Moogle, the old EX summon.
Yeah.
Then tap 2 or pay 2 taps or pay 3. Put Laparet into the break zone, draw 2 cards, and place 1 card from your hand to the bottom of your deck. And you can only use ability once during your turn. So enter, do that, or pay 3, do that.
So people made a really good point about this card is the fact that you're drawing 2 cards, but that card you gotta place actually goes back in your deck rather than break zone. So people made a good point that it's not, you won't deck out with this card. You're still drawing, yes, but at least a card is going back into your deck.
Yeah, no, of course.
Which is pretty good. Like, to be quite honest, I absolutely love this card. This card is definitely going in my water decks, water decks. Like, I'm actually really excited about it, and to go one step further, I don't know, something about the art and the design of this Laparet I found pretty cool. It's a really cute card.
And then we'll go on to the last one, which is Xenos, which is another fan favorite apart from Graha.
Oh, is he?
Yep. Because he's also a fanboy of your character, but in a different sense.
Okay.
So he went to hunting you he could have killed you, by the way. At the beginning of Stormblood, he could have killed you right then and there.
Yeah,
But
he seems like he's like the big bad evil guy.
But the thing is, he kills for the sport. He doesn't kill for domination. He finds it boring. He kills for the sport. But when he sees your character try really hard and whatnot, he goes, I'm going to let you live. You're going to grow more powerful and this is going to be fun.
Oh, I like it.
So, but after you beat him, quote unquote, you don't actually kill him because he's using the punch. He considers your character, his truly only friend, who is also his enemy.
Okay, that sounds interesting.
But at the end of Stormblood, he kills himself because he was thoroughly beat, and he didn't see any reason to stay alive because he was beat. So he slices his neck with a sword, which everyone calls him a coward, but he does at one point before he dies. He gets experimental eye transplant using what you have, which is, or for someone else, called the Echo, which allows you to see the future or otherwise, right?
Okay.
And can possibly, depending on how you utilize it, when you die, your soul goes back to can inhabit another body, so you don't technically die. So he's basically that of the Ascians as well. He attains the Ascian ability while able to see all the stuff. So, yeah, he doesn't actually die at the end of that. So he's still alive. He gets back his body, and so on.
So he comes back from the dead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone takes his body and then they have him go back into it. Then, as time goes on, in the endwalker, he goes from hunting you and causing a mess with you. By the way, because of his ability, he put your soul in a dead soldier of the Guardian Empire's body, and your body was sitting over on a table, in a chair at a table. He inhabits your body, and to make things interesting for you, he puts you in the behind monster lines, where you could have died. So he's like, you get to try to catch up to me before I wreak havoc. So then you get there in time, by the way. Even though you don't hear the words, you pick one of the options of what you say. Your character chucks a sword past his head, and one option was, get away from him, you bastards.
Nice.
And he's smiling, he's grinning, and then he's like, okay, cool. I guess this happened. So he leaves your body, and then you go back to your body afterwards.
What an asshole.
But here's the thing. Emmett Soul is your Warrior of Light. So he's basically the Warrior of Light / equivalent of the ancient times. He's doing what you want to do, but on the opposite side of the coin. So he's you, essentially.
Oh.
Yeah. So Xenos is you as well, but at the core of an adventurer. He sees himself as your rival, as your friend, as your opposite, to be an adventurer, pushing yourself to the limit, always trying to better yourself at that store every time, try to seek new thrills with new adventures.
That's cool, I like that.
Which, again, for what I said at the beginning, spoiler warning, at the end of Endwalker's main MSQ, you and him are at the end of the universe. Literally, that's just you two there. Just you two. And so you go, you know what, we're just us. We're going to do one final battle. We're going to go to, you choose different options, but one of them options when he says, okay, here's what I think you are you going to admit it? One of the options was, yeah, I can't argue with that. So your character would grin with that option and basically agree, going, you know what? Yeah, I'm an adventurer. Sure, let's do this.
And that's how it ends?
Well, no. It's you and him duke it out in gameplay. Just you two. There's no healers, nothing, unless you have your own healing, but that's beside the point. He has his Reaper form, and so on. And you go through all of each of your abilities, expending the flames of your own life each to try to take each other out.
Wow.
And you win, and then the cutscene is just a slug match because both your weapons are away from each other, so they're just punching each other continuously. So he dies at the end of the universe. You're about to die. You're like an inch away from your life, and you get teleported back to the ship, and people are healing you. So it's like they say a mom of your life, which is basically an inch, or whatever.
Yeah.
But like your character is literally almost dead because you continuously fight to your last dying energy of and you know your character will presumably die because your whole life's flashing before your eyes. And basically he goes out trying to reach for your hand and blah blah blah, trying to say, was this good for you, i.e. the battle and all that stuff, because he's, like I said, the core battle thrill adventurer. So yeah. So that's the spoiler, but this outfit is basically him when he's whatever in Garland.
Yeah, he sounds like a really cool villain. I like him.
Yeah, which, by the way, before he died, he could turn to Shinryu.
Oh.
So in the one of the fights, you battle end of the universe, one end of the universe extra bosses with a raid boss fight on his back.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the song's really neat too, but that's beside the point.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's all the 14 character cards for this. That's in this set.
Well, we should go through. Let's go through his effect. We never touched on his effects yet. No worries.
My bad. He's a dark card forward, 9k. Reaper job. You can cast Xenos from your break zone, which is pretty good.
It is pretty good, yeah.
When he enters the field from the break zone at the end of your turn, remove Xenos from the game, okay? When Xenos enters the field, choose one 3 costs or less, break it. When he's put from field into the break zone this turn, choose one of the 2 following actions. Your opponent discards the card from the hand. Xenos gains haste until the end of the turn. Yup.
So if I'm reading that right, okay, no, you only cast from break zone, so that will still only be done your turn. Even then,
he's coming in like for a 9k haste.
Potential haste, yeah, and hitting only 3 or less, even though it's very specific. I mean, there's a lot of 3 or less target like forwards that are, good to break, like Rydia, for example, is everyone's first thing that comes to mind, all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's still like a good target hit. And discarding's not bad if it seems like discarding's the best option to get, but if not that, like you said before, he's coming in with a hasty body.
And if you really need to, you can have your opponent discard a card for crap and giggles, but
yeah, exactly. And that could be beneficial depending on what type of your deck you're running, like ice or anything like that, if you got like any effective benefits from discarding, like Weiss or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah. And going back to what I said earlier, but the fact that he technically comes back from the dead, I guess that's really flavorful for what his effects down here say as well.
Yep. He doesn't technically die until he chooses to.
Yeah.
He goes on his own terms.
So I do like that. From what you've been telling me amongst this, like, I do feel like a lot of the cards are very flavorful for what the classes and the characters are, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, so I think he did a good job with that.
Yeah. To be fair, though, also Kageyama-san was part of his job for designing the cards was to put their lore into consideration for the effects.
Yes, exactly. I feel like he does a good job with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good on them. I think they did a really good job. I'm really liking it. And I enjoyed all the lore that you gave me too, all the info dump. I enjoyed it very much. Alrighty, it's time to make some plays here, I guess. Oh, what was I gonna do? I had something in mind. Alrighty. Okay, so let us go. I'm going to play Mod 4 for free again. I'll pay 1 for 7. Cost required cost 7, reduced by 1 for each category. 6 character I control cannot become 0.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see here. It's gonna cost a. Oh no, Minwo, you screwed it up.
Oh my god.
Okay, that's cool. That's fine. So be acting on forward and second power. That is totally fair. Alrighty, then that's totally fair. I get you. Then it seems as though I may have to end my turn there.
Okay.
I was like, aha, I could do. No, wait, Min was a thing. And Men in Black is 9k. Oh, Min, were you still relevant as ever?
not going to discard now. This is there as a backup. I'll just pass.
Sure thing. Let me read this card just to understand what I'm reading here. Okie dokie. I guess I'll use Edgar's ability, pay 0 to the Cat 6/4 to cost 3 or more. Next time you use a special abilities turn, you can do it without paying the S. Don't use that once per turn during my turn only. So I'll target 7, and I guess I'll activate his Chakra. Activate all 4 doesn't Saturn control, and they gain 2,000 power till the end of the turn.
Yep.
So they got 2k on them. I will pay. I'll pay, let's see here, 1, 2, 3. To play Lock. As a field, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck, add 1 Cat 6 character among them to your hand, return the other card to the bottom of the deck. When 2 or more Cat 6/4s I control form a party and attack, Lock deals your opponent 1 point of damage. If 4 or more Cat 6/4s form a party, also break all the 4 your opponent controls. Alright, so let's reveal 5, I think it said?
4.
Oh, 4. Right. Go, Edgar, Romero, Sid, Empire Sid. Let's go with Empire Sid, I guess.
Okay.
Main deck bottom. Go to the hand. Let's see here. Let's go to combat. I will. Let's see, I think Saturn came out this turn. I mean, previous turn. I think so, anyways. No, he didn't think he came out this turn. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Ignore me. Let's party attack with Leo and Edgar. So, yep, done this first.
3,000 AoE damage.
Okay, that could benefit you. Let's see.
Cool, switch for a forward. Forum.
Oh no. Main phase 2. Let's go 1, 2, 3. Like Banana said. First for a category 6/4.
Yep.
Alright. let's go with Celeste.
Yep.
And goes my end phase.
Yep. Okay. Four.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use her ability. You can generally use text.
You got it.
Because no.
That's fair.
And Pitcher Radia, Cast Kusith. Get that. Rama Lord 11. And Luck triggers. Mog can attack or block this turn.
Okay. Yep.
So, entering comic has Raman does a base.
Yeah.
I'll first tap Chadley for Raiden.
Oh crap! I was wondering if you had that.
Draw one.
Okay. I guess. Yeah, I'll respond to that. I'm still gonna do something. Gonna do a lot of good for you, but I'll still respond. Okay. I'm going to do this. I'm gonna activate Sabin's Aura Cannon to do 8k2 for him.
Okay.
And 3 of my guys are gone.
Yep.
Yeah, the whole time I was like, does he have rain? Does he have rain? Oh my god, does he have rain?
Yeah. So, I'll swing with my black. He triggers.
Yes, that's right. I'll take the damage in the meantime, because I'm an opened up. Steadied up and go do it.
I'll put that there. Also, Rama.
1 second. Okay, yep. Rama. Let's take another damage. Choose one for opponent, don't dull it. That's irrelevant. They're already dulled.
Yeah. So, I think that's go to main phase 2. Any response?
None.
I guess.
Well done, my man. Well done. Okey-dokey. Okay, I think I can do this. I think I can. Let's pay 2 for Shotgun. That is a field. Till the end of the turn, all the forces you control gain 1,000 power and breathe.
That's fine.
Let's go 1, 2. to play Umero. He must attack once per turn if possible when Umero enters the field. If you control 4 or less Tag-listed cards, I have to discard a card. I got way more than 4. And Dull, put Umero to the break zone. Your opponent discards 2 cards.
Yeah.
Alright, let's enter the combat phase.
Yeah.
Let's attack with Edgar. He has Brave, of course, thanks to Cyan.
Yeah.
Let's attack with General Leo.
Yep. Oof, too bad I wasn't EX.
Yeah. Main phase 2. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move to my end phase.
I'm gonna do Chaos Attack by discarding a summon. But put him into break zone, I get back and forward and put it to my hand.
Oh yeah.
Or you go over here. That goes in the hand.
This Forum is going to be my downfall.
Alright, so Porum. Go and do Porum's ability. Any response?
Yeah.
Any response?
No response.
General Leo loses his abilities.
He sure does.
So what else do I want to do here? Yeah, sure. I'll pitch a K-Sip. Cast a Kusith. Because why not?
Yeah.
Should go back. That's in hand. Then I'll pitch this. Put Pershua on the field. I'll draw a card.
Oh, when you cast a Kusith, who did you target?
Oh, sorry, Umaro.
Umaro, you got.
Attack phase. Man black triggers.
It sure does.
Get this back. Is there any response before blocker step?
There is none.
Okay, so you're going to blocker step then?
I'm not gonna block actually.
Okay.
Because General Lee, that person negated. I'm gonna let this damage go through.
Okay.
Damage zone. Mod 6.
Forward to control must block if possible.
Yeah, I just thought that was. I thought that was blinked because of forums. I thought.
Oh yeah, no, true. Yeah. No, that is blinked. Yeah.
No worries.
And then I will just tap.
Yeah.
Hop.
Sadly, yes.
Yeah. And then so drama number 11.
You got it. Oh, that's the one I wanted way back.
Right, that'll be that'll be great.
Yep.
And then main 2.
Oh, these are terrible cards.
Can you recover?
Who knows? Let's see what this effect says. I mean, we're trying. Let's go 1, 2, 3. For Celeste.
Yeah.
For control lock, Celeste gains haste, if lock. Control haste, irrelevant. When she enters the field, choose up the same number of 4s your opponent controls as the category 6 characters. I control and dull them. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got 6 characters, so I'll dull all your forwards.
That's 2, yeah.
Then I'll pay 1 and dull Interceptor to choose 1 cat 6/4 I control against haste until the end of the turn. Let's go to combat. Oh my god. Okie doke.
What do I want?
I say you have some lovely choices.
No. You know what? I'll drag this over.
Ah. And not much else I can do, so I gotta end my turn there.
Rent in combat?
Yeah.
Swing for Soya, he triggers?
Yep. I'm just trying to think. Trying to think hard here if I got any EX courses, but I'm not sure if I do. Gasaramu?
Yep, that does.
Yep. Sure does. Alright, let's see what that...
Man Black triggers Bomb can't attack your block this turn.
Yeah. Alright, cool. Let's go to Damage Zone. Interceptor.
Black triggers.
Yep. Alright, who's gonna deal the final damage?
I already took it from Man Black, yeah, so. Well, I can't attack the form, so it's going to be Rama.
Oh, I should have just targeted for Soya.
Oh yeah, true, but it doesn't really matter, so.
Well, technically, when you cast a spell, Celeste was still on the field, so technically you would have targeted Celeste.
Yeah, true enough.
That is true, yeah. So technically your form can still attack if you want to do it. Not that it matters, but it... yeah. If we had other forwards that it would, so yeah. So 11. And another shadow.
Yeah, that poor man.
It's basically my answer to deal with shenanigans.
And the answer she did.
Window.
Well, it's a good thing you had to pour him in the deck.
Yeah, because that generally will shut off my deck, essentially.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, pour him really saved you, which is good.
That for sure is really good too, dear God.
Yeah. I do think that Fusoya really messes well, like, very compatible with your deck.
Yeah.
That lock from Opus 20 is nuts. That's the first time I actually used it. Wow.
I was actually a little bit scared. I was like, please. Oh, thank God.
Well, the thing was, next turn, I would have tried to drop down that Celeste and then do even further with stuff like that. And if I had Setzer out, I think it just. Oh, wow. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I definitely want to place out of that lock now.
So I think that's about it from there, actually. I think we covered most everything for this.
Yeah, we kind of did. Now, I didn't know. We do. I'm sure we've been at this for a very long time now.
About like
Wasn't it?
2 hours
What?
and like 17, about 2 hours and 17 minutes. So.
Oh wow. Yeah,
Oh.
I'd say another time be cool. I'd say to look at the current set and say what our favorite card is from each element. But that could be another podcast for sure.
Oh no, definitely.
Yeah.
So I think we'll end it there. And for those that were watching, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you in the next video.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, Digger. That was quite fun.
Yeah. See you around.
Take care, everyone.